So you guys, I'm here in the water in San Carlos City. It's the Marina. It's about an hour and a half away from darkness. I just wanted to take you here. It's very beautiful. Behind me, there's many boats there. So anyway, you guys, today I want to take you on a walk with me. I've been here since I first arrived in the Philippines when I was 44 years old, and now I'm 59 years old. So I've been here quite a while, but I was just thinking about some of the stories, some of the things that changed my life here. And they're kind of like, I had to learn some things, and then I had to move forward even when I didn't feel like moving forward, or I was fearful. And then there's some funny stories also. So I'm going to share a little bit of that with you today. So come on a walk with me today. Let me share my story. So you guys, I'm here in the Marina and I'm on the very edge. So we're going to start from the very far end here, and I'm going to take you all the way with me to the other side. What does the other side look like? That's where we're going to be walking, you guys. It's very beautiful here. All right, we're going to go all the way down to the other side there. Okay, so now you guys know how long I've been here. And so when I first came here, after I was here for a couple years, I decided I wanted to get my motorcycle's license before I got my regular driver's license. So the motorcycle license here, I did in the province in San Carlos City. And I was kind of scared to take the test because I didn't know what to expect. But they gave me a handbook. Hello, sir. Mein harpoon. And so they gave me a handbook here and told me to study for that test. And so I studied for the test, and the first time I took it, I went in there for the written part and I failed it. So I decided, okay, I'm going to try again. So the second time I went in there, I took the test, I failed it. So that's 2 times failing. So I decided something I'm not doing right, but I just kept studying, and then after a couple weeks I took it for the 3rd time and I passed the test. So once I passed the test, I had my motorcycle license and I was able to drive here legally. You know, there's the rules of the road that you learn inside the office there when you take the test. And then when you're driving in the city in Cebu or maybe Manila. But when you're driving in the province, it has its own rules. So what I learned by driving in the province is that when there's 2 lanes, the vehicles there, sometimes they're going to make 3 lanes and 4 lanes. And then the people seem to know the rules with that. So I just kind of went with the flow. It was very interesting to learn, but I had to forget what I knew, already thought I knew. So I'm just going to sit down for a few minutes and talk to you. Okay, so I passed that test, and then so about a year passed and I decided I wanted to go for my driver's test where I drove an actual automobile, not just the motorcycle. So that one was going to be a little harder because I had to do the written test and also the driving in a vehicle with a Filipino instructor. So I took the written test and failed it again. And then I think the second time I took the test, I passed it. And then I passed the driving part, I passed everything, so I got my license. I think that's a C license here. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I had my motorcycle license and my driver's license, and I was feeling pretty good. So the next thing I noticed is when you're driving in the Philippines, when you're going far, maybe I'm going from San Carlos to Bacolod, it's kind of like scary, some of those roads, and it's very far. And then navigating on those roads, and our vehicle's a little big. So what we did, even though I have my license, when we go far, we have a driver that drives for us, and I just think it's safer for our family. So I kind of I felt like I could do it, but I just wanted to be safe. So for the sake of my family, we have a driver, and his name is Charles, and he lives close to us. He drives us to, when we go to Bacolod. We're going to actually be taking a trip to Bacolod here in another week, because we have one of our youngest daughter, Baby Rain, you've seen in the videos. If you come to the channel before, she has an appointment, and we're going to take you with us so you guys can see what's going on with her. And my wife and I decided we wanted to make a video with our trip and bring you guys along. So maybe that will be our next video after this. Okay, so back to the story. So the next thing I want to talk about is when I first came here, and I was in Cebu, and I was traveling on a bus to various places. I think I was going to Car, something like that. When I stopped at one of the stops where they sell some food there, like a kind of a street vendor, they were selling something that the Filipinos will know. Us Americans don't really know this, or maybe from other parts of the globe you're not going to know, but it's called hanging rice, or they call it puso, if I'm pronouncing it right. So there was hanging rice there to puso, and I was hungry, and so I was asking the person there, but I didn't speak any Bisaya at that time, and I couldn't understand any Bisaya. So I asked them, how do you eat it? And then so they told me how to cook it, and they told me you have to boil it in boiling water for 45 minutes because it's uncooked rice. But they were also selling cooked puso, the hanging rice. So yes, sir. So anyway, I wasn't sure how to eat it. It comes in this container. It's a coconut leaf, and the rice is wrapped in there. But I didn't know how to open it up, because if you go into a restaurant, of course, it's going to either the rice will be served to you. If they're giving you the puso, they'll already be opened and you can eat. Hey. But if you're eating that where I was, it was actually hanging. It was closed, and I didn't know that you had to cut it. I didn't really know anything. So anyway, I saw there's a couple other foreigners. I don't know where they were from, but I was watching them, and they also didn't know how to eat it. They didn't know how to cut it, to open it. So I was just by myself, and I was trying to figure it out. I was looking at it. Maybe I would have eventually figured it out, but a kind Filipino told me you have to peel it, you have to cut it. Usually they cut it with a knife, and then you peel it open if it's like that, and then you can just eat it. But you eat the puso from there. So that was pretty funny, because the local Filipinos in that area were watching us, and they were laughing. And they were laughing, they weren't laughing at us because we're like a joke or something. They were laughing because it's funny, because we didn't know how to eat that. It just looked really funny. So for me at that time, I was just shy to go at it. So I didn't go at it till someone told me how to do it. And anyway, that hanging rice was delicious. So the moral of the story, I guess, is just having an open mind and kind of accepting things as they are, because we have a choice after all when we come here, or if you visit any country. You can be open-minded or closed-minded. You can accept the things how they are, or you can decide you want to change things to be more how you want them to be. But you won't be happy if you come to another place and you're trying to make it the same as the place that you came from. So that's kind of the moral of the story for me, is just to approach things with an open mind, and then kind of like being born again. Born again, like just pretending that I don't know anything, like I'm a newborn baby. And I come out, and then my eyes are open, and now, boom, I'm in the Philippines. And then as I see things, maybe from the eyes of the Filipinos. So I'm coming back to the end, you guys. There's some ships coming here. Maybe I'll get a shot here. These are called pond boats. So let me get a shot of these boats here in the province. And they're taking them to the other side. There's an island on the other side here in San Carlos. So we'll get a shot for you.